Yeah, dating's honestly more of a game than it is a chore, so just kidding.
That's frustrating.
Women are really confusing.
Man, I guess for me, it's like...
They're really confusing.
It doesn't really seem to matter, like things just kind of go to shit always.
They don't tell you anything what they're thinking. They try to give you like signs instead of just telling you. Like it just doesn't even make sense.
And you get bitched at, it's just not fun.
That's all.
Show a little space.
Space is good, yeah.
Yeah, not too much space though.
Not too much space.
No-goes,
I think I have a lot of
girls, yeah. Definitely farting in public, yeah.
What's my biggest disqualifier? Cocaine. Don't want to deal with that.
When I was little, I had 4 rules as to people that I would not date. The first one was no smoking of any kind. In my 5 to 6-year-old self, I didn't really know that marijuana was a thing. My second one was no motorcycles. The third one was no tattoos. On that note, if a guy were to take off his shirt and have a big eagle wings on his back, no go, put your shirt back on. And my fourth rule, was no addictions. So this is actually where maybe marijuana would come in.
Dating is commitment, and commitment is for chumps.
The worst date I've ever had. God, that's I don't know. I've never really had bad dates.
I haven't had that many bad days, but pretty good days. I'd say my favorite one was going to watch the Gophers play hockey.
I hate hockey. I hate it. I hate all sports. The worst date I ever had.
And I was just like, Mom, I can't do this. Like, I was a total wreck.
Oh, hey Derek, when's everybody else showing up? He's like, it's just me.
Really, every time like someone punched a guy, he would like stand up and start screaming.
I lied, and I was like, no, I don't even like popcorn. And he's like, oh, I bought this for you.
Yeah, it was awkward, so awkward.
I don't get it. Needless to say, like we never went on another date again.
Text me back. No, I'm just kidding. Respond to my freaking text messages.
I love Tinder. Tinder is fucking addicting. I hate it. It's just the worst.
I think obviously the role of the media, or of just like cell phones, is huge because it means that there's a lot more constant contact.
I hate texting, especially when I'm busy. And you know, the girlfriend I've had for the longest time, she always texted, and she would get mad at me all the time because I wouldn't really think about my answers.
Matching with people that I know, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Because then you like, no one talks about it, but you both know it happened. And it's like weird.
I think that the role of the media is changing the dynamic of relationships a lot because, for example, my grandparents, I mean, they'd call each other to make plans for dates, and then maybe every once in a while they talk to each other on a landline, but for the most part, it was in the workplace where they met that they talked to each other.
And I delete my Tinder like every other week, every other day, because I'm like, this is fucking stupid. But then I'm like, I'm addicted.
She would just respond with the classic okay, period, or the K and stuff like that. So I had to like figure out what that meant, and she had differences between how she spelled okay and like all right and all this stuff. And it's just, you just like, when I'm a guy, I don't dig too deep into texting, but with a girlfriend, you kind of have to.
Just being able to judge a person on purely face value is so addicting. What the hell is wrong with this world?
My advice would definitely be show a little space. I mean, obviously, like in the beginning 2 months, y'all are gonna be at it for like a while, but third month rolls around and like you guys are getting tired of each other, hanging out like every day of the week. Thanks, man. Got you. So I would just say, you know, lay off on the guy, you know? Like he's just out there trying to hang with his bros. He doesn't need to be with you 24/7.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us what you're feeling? Don't try to hint at it. We'll never get it, ever. So just speak up.
Probably, actually, I think my advice would be that the feminist movement is cool, but like don't be afraid to be a gentleman.
Logically, follow your heart.
Probably one of the best dates I've ever been on was just merely because simple stuff would happen, like having a guy open the door for me.
You know, I think it's also really important to be like, well, is this a healthy relationship we got here? Because, you know, you don't want to be like, oh, like we're just like a friends with benefits kind of thing. When they think it's like, oh, we're in a committed relationship, you know, you need to be on the same page.
I think for me, it's like making sure to balance the head and the heart. Because sometimes you can let your emotions get the best of you, and then sometimes you can do the exact opposite and let your rationale interfere with what you're feeling.
My thing is just kind of chill out. That's the thing. I think at least in my experience, girls sometimes will take it too serious too quickly.
Just try to be really honest. Like honesty is always good, and I think that even if it's not always good to hear some of the things that people have to say, it's nice to know where they're coming from. A lot of the times it's confusing, so just be as clear as you can.
If you do not want to go on a date with someone, do not go on a date with someone. Like, I am by no means advocating that you should go even if you don't want to. But if you like have the slightest interest, but you're one of those people who's just like, oh, I don't really date, just do it. You never know. Like, they could turn out to be an amazing person, and who knows? It could be great. So that's my advice. And talk. Don't meet people at parties. That's usually doesn't work out well.